All right, we're heading out to Twilight Farms. This is going to be the first race, the Vintage Open class for myself. And at the beginning of this video, pay close attention. I did a little rider appreciation because I was really impressed with how well he did. Old Brock Kutzkel. Whenever he was out there, I had a little problem with my silencer. The spring fell off, and then I took the silencer off, threw it up on the road where I could find it later on, and then he went by, and man, I just could not keep up with that kid. And I've ran into him the last couple of races, and he gets by, and he's flying on that, I think it's an XL Honda. So I hope he has a great season, and it looks like it's going to be a good one for him. Let's go racing. All right, y'all. That right there is where I had lost my silencer at. I just threw it up on the road, and then there goes Brock. And I tell you what, the kid was throwing down like mid-16s, and his last lap was a high 15. And to give you some perspective, out of this, I'm gonna say I think he's around 16 because he's just moved up. He's the double A riders were riding in the low 15s, so I mean, he was getting it. He was getting faster toward the end of the race, and probably had some people in front of him before that. And yeah, he was really getting it. I thought it was time to put a little spotlight on him there and show y'all what he could do. It didn't take him any time at all, and he was out of sight. I couldn't keep up with him on the old Yamaha, that's for sure. If you remember right, back in the LL Raceway, I caught up with him on top of the strippings up there, and he made short work of me up there as well, and I'm sure it's going to continue all season. He keeps that thing running good. Just want to say kudos to you, Brock, and hope you have a great season. About ready to get this thing started, though. Well, let's see how this works out for me. Get a pretty good start out of that 360. Somebody else there gets the whole shot. I ain't exactly sure who it was. I was nervous as heck going down in through here, though, let me tell you. Because last year, there's a left-hand turn up here coming up, and there's a stump that they had marked that wiped me out. And I had about 3 guys go by me. So I had that in the back of my head. As we're screaming down through here, I knew I had a bunch of guys behind me, but all I was worried about was that stupid stinking stump. It's coming up here real soon, like right now. Right there. Just kind of bank off of it. Tell you what. Just filled up the oil in the shocks in this 360. Cleaned the seals out real good, put the forks all back together, and thank God I did, because I beat every ounce of oil right back out of it by the end of this race, let me just tell you, because, yep, they leak a little bit, and, man, it was tough going over some of them rocks. The terrain was something else. It was good. It was a nice, fast track. I really enjoyed this track. This single track kind of doubled back on itself in places, and almost identical course to what it was last year. They took out a few small sections, but for overall purposes, it was pretty much the same track as it was last year, and it was well liked. Got a little bit dusty if you got in behind somebody, but I mean, overall, I mean, it wasn't terrible visibility. I've been in way worse conditions for as dry as it was. The temperature, I think, out here in the vintage race was in the high 80s. Got in before the real super hot heat set in there. And toward the last race, it was into the low 90s and very humid. It was something else, let me tell you. Hey, you'll have to excuse my volume. I got the volume on the bikes turned down because for whatever reason on the GoPro, it wanted to fade in and then fade out. You might hear it come on and then you might hear it go away. It's not your TV or your phone or whatever. It's the GoPro. I think it might have got dust in the microphone and then it just started dying out on me. And then it would come back in. It was really kind of weird what it was doing. I knew when we were snaking out through here, we were getting close to the field section. And I will tell you right now, I was worried that was going to be a repeat of last year as well. I wiped out going down that long straight stretch, skidded her out. So it was in the back of my mind whenever we hit this section right here. Somebody blew through that ribbon, and of course that confused the heck out of me, as it always does, and I knew which way I needed to go, so I just went around the ribbons and came back around, and thank God there wasn't anybody coming the opposite direction. I really thought right here that 360 could stretch its legs and I could clamber down and catch this guy in front of me, but boy, that thing was flying. Let me tell you, he was flying. Kind of woed up there a little bit early, hoping not to catch that fence or anything else in between. Trying to swing her wide a little bit, stay out of that dirt, because I wasn't having very good traction in the dirt, but in the grass I could catch a little bit. I do like this section in through here. I think this is one of the Horvath guys right here getting by me. 237. He makes short work of me, and then he is on his way. I think we're catching up to another Horvath here. Yep, I think that was Lacey, and then we're going to go snaking down toward the creek. It seemed like we got spaced out pretty fast in this race. I kind of broke it up a little bit to keep it where you can see some other riders and stuff like that. So you'll see me kind of break in and out of the trail here. We're back up on top right now. I got Josh behind me. Him and I are going to battle it out this year. I can see it coming back and forth. Heading down over this steep decline of a hill, rocky. My wrists were sore after this race like you wouldn't believe. I'm trying to stick with him, and don't ask me how he rolls down through here on a vintage bike this quick. He's just letting her rip. All I can figure is he's saving his brakes. So I'm just trying to keep him in my sights, and I think I'd have been better off to let him go, and you'll see why here in just 1 second. We go screaming down here, and I know this section of the course. I've been down around on a zillion freaking times. We should have turned right here. As you can tell, there's no markers up. Like nothing was there to tell you to turn, and must just been an oversight, and or something got taken down accidentally or something. We go blowing right through this other trail, and we're like, yep, we just missed a turn. And guess what? We ain't alone. There's like 3 or 4 of us down in this neck of the woods, and we're like, we gotta turn around. Gotta get turned around. Brock kept, I mean, I think there's Brock. He got screwed around by us. There's another guy up there. There goes Josh. He got turned around and comes back up through. Everybody's trying to get going. I think Josh missed a shift or something, stalled it out. Heading back out to where we need to turn around, Dad. This guy takes the lead and starts telling everybody to go to the right, which was, thank God, so we didn't have too many other people down there to fight. I'm stuck on a rock here for a second. We finally do get going. And this creek right here. Boy, I'll tell you what, that was, it got to be a little bit of a handful. If you caught a wet rock or something and you lost some momentum, if you kept your momentum up, you were just fine. This is one of them places where a lot of the crowd could get around here and start cheering you on and stuff, and just great to see them guys out there doing that. And always a handful of guys in different locations, and for as steep as the terrain was, heck, it was awesome seeing where they were at. We're going to go up here and we're going to make a right-hand turn down over the bank, and there's always another big pile of people up here, like right there. Now I know Josh is right behind me there somewhere, so I'm trying to put some distance in between me and him for sure. I like this little hill climb right here, kind of a double back bank. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That takes you up there by the big stone pile. Not sure what that stone pile is all about, but it is big. See it going by on the right hand side there. Starting to catch a couple guys up here. I think one of them's, pretty sure that one's Lacey. She must have got back around me somewhere. We met up again. Things are getting kind of hot and heavy up through here on that hill climb. Well, y'all, just want to kind of give you a taste of how the race was there in the Vintage Open. A lot of great vintage riders out there riding around on the course. It was a little bit dusty, it was a little bit hot, but overall a great weekend. Ended up getting first in my class, and very thankful for that. Can't wait to come back here next year, and to the owner that's getting married next week, hope everything works out for you and everything's good. I'll talk to y'all a little later.